Hello my darlings, and welcome to another Bedroom Guru with me, Nicky. Yet again you are festooned with this beautiful visual of me sitting in my pyjamas because I just woke up. I get my inspiration in the morning as soon as I wake up. I know, but you have to put up with this. But it's just natural beauty, that's what I say. Welcome, 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 especially to my new subscribers. I hope you enjoy my content on here. If there's anything that you wish for me to address, please leave your comments below and I will cover anything at all on the paranormal, spiritual, whatever you want, I can do it. So let me know, my darlings. Today I'm inspired to talk about ghosts and spirits. The reason being, Halloween is coming up. And for some reason, I randomly was thinking of an investigation I did many moons ago, and I thought I'm going to share it. I had a bit of spookiness. I've already done this in an article in Haunted Magazine, actually. And I just thought I'd share it with you because it's a real goodie. Whether you're a skeptic or not, it's interesting to listen, you know, because these are real life, true stories of what I've experienced. And I don't think I've really experienced them more just because I'm a medium, you know, because there are other people there that weren't mediums that have, you know, had the same experiences I did. Anyway, today is going to be about Netley Abbey. It's an abbey that was founded in 1239 down in Southampton. What happened was that I was invited along by one of my students when I was working in Essex, and he asked if I'd like to come along to it. Now, to be honest with you, I'd been teaching and, you know, I was doing all nice fluffy stuff and I wasn't really doing a lot of investigations there. So this was my first proper investigation, you know, paranormal investigation. Baptism of fire. Pardon the pun, but Jesus. So I said, yeah, great, I'll come along for that. I didn't really know what to expect. When we turned up, it was a really nice, I think it was summer. And there was a massive group of people, and I remember when I turned up initially at Netley Abbey, I was very aware in my mind's eye, I'm sure I saw the black figure as well, that I went past this like big door entrance to part of the ruins because it's very well preserved. I have to say it's a beautiful place to walk around, but I wouldn't go around there at night, just saying. And basically what happened was that as I walked past this doorway, there was this huge black figure. He's got to be about 7 foot, and I thought, shit, that's not good. And it made me, do you know, your hairs go up and you just feel a bit sick. I thought, I don't like that. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to sound like one of those knobs, you know, oh, I can sense this, I can sense that. You do get them at paranormal investigations where like they pick up everything. If they picked up the litter, they'd be cleaning up Britain. Yeah. And so, you know, you've got all the, oh, I'm getting this, I'm getting that, and you think, no, there's nothing there, love. Just saying. Anyway, so we get to this big group of people, lovely group of people, and as I say, it's a lovely summer's afternoon at that point. So I think we had something to eat, some people having a barbecue, and it was like really quite pleasant. The grounds are beautiful, they're just near the river as well. And there's loads of different stories concerning there to do with people using the river and bringing hospital patients across during the war and all sorts, but let's stick with the Abbot. And the Abbey. So anyway, everything was quite pleasant. Then it started getting darker and darker. And to be honest with you, I'm not really a scaredy cat, but the essence of the place is, I don't know, there's something really quite malignant about it. It's just, you know, it's something not nice about it. But again, I didn't really say much at the time, so I didn't want to sound like a knob. Do you know what I mean? Knob is the word of the day. Just thought I'd say. So we got put in groups and we went into this chapel, and I just didn't want to open my eyes. I hated it. I just didn't like it at all. And someone said that they had heard chanting in the chapel, so we went in there, and it just felt cold and uninviting. That's the only way I can say it. We'd gone in the middle of where there's a grass area, and I put my dictaphone on. I'm gutted because I can't find that old dictaphone. And when I replayed it, there was footsteps on gravel, even though nobody was moving and it was grass. I'm like, that's interesting. I like that. Because, you know, I'm not one of these people that thinks everything's spirit when I go to, or a ghost when I go to an investigation. I'm the biggest skeptic going. They have to really prove it to me, otherwise it ain't happening. It's that simple. Just quickly, the difference between a ghost and a spirit is, a ghost is like a replay of an event, the energy or the memory of the person used to do. So someone just used to walk through a doorway, then there's like a reprint of that echo of the energy. So you just literally see someone walking through the doorway. There's no interaction. They can't talk to you. They just keep doing the same thing. Whereas a spirit spirit is an active energy that can actually interact with you and do things and react to it, anything you ask. You know, like if you see most haunted or things like that, you know, you ask for them for rapid interaction, then you'll get a bang, and they'll intelligently reply to you. I've had so many of those, incredible, since, and so that's the difference. So anyway, nobody told me anything about the place. There was no history or anything like that. You just go in blind, and then obviously they tell you afterwards, after what you've experienced. I remember walking into a place called the Lodge there, and I just thought, I'm going mental, because I saw these monks praying in this little room, like on their knees, and then their heads being cut off, and I'm like, what the hell? It was just awful. And then I was seeing pregnant nuns, and then they're screaming, and I'm like, Christ almighty, I thought this was like gonna be a nice, like, you know, religious visit. Jesus. I'm like, oh my God. So I told them, I said, I want to get out of there. When I get out of this, yeah, that makes sense. Lots of people have seen it. I went, really? I went, yeah. And they said, do you want to know? I said, no, I don't want to know. I said, but that's just not good. I just don't want to go back in there. And I really just didn't want to go anywhere after that. It was just really horrible feeling everywhere. Anyway, there was someone with me, and we decided to just walk off and walk around the grounds, and I was being very, very brave, pooing my pants actually, and I was being very, very brave. We went up to the main abbey, and the only thing I can describe it as is, when I looked up to the abbey, there was like a plague. It was like a plague of locusts coming towards me. It was like black coming towards us. You know, like a load of flies or something. It was just solid black, but it was moving. You know, it was kind of like the shape of a human, but it was like fuzzy, and there was bits everywhere. And I thought, what the f is that? So I'm looking everywhere to try and see if it was, you know, a shadow was being created. It was pitch black though. I think the moon was out. You know, you had natural lighting, and this thing carried on coming towards me, and it literally hit me. It hit me with the most freezing cold. There was a horrible smell, and it hit me so hard that I remember doing that, taking a big deep breath, and the woman with me went on the floor. She was on the floor, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. So she's on the floor, and this thing, whatever it was, then it felt like, the only way I can describe it, when there's a negative energy, right, and I've felt it a couple of times, but not as violent as this, Jesus Christ. It felt like someone had grabbed the bottom of my spinal cord or my spine and was trying to rip it out the bottom of my back. It was horrific, and I remember being absolutely petrified, and it was freezing cold. I was trying to breathe, and it just felt like I was having the bottom of my spine taken out. It was absolutely horrible. It's like time stood still. You know, I just didn't know what to do. I just stood there completely paralysed with fear. And this freezing cold, stenchy, horrible energy, and it felt like it was trying to pull me to the floor. It was really, really horrible. And I couldn't reach the girl I was with to help her up. It was just horrible. It was just like I was frozen in time in this blackness. And it's making my hair go up the back of my neck now. What? And I'm going goosey because it was just horrible. And I don't know, I can't tell you how long I stood there like that for, in this pit of darkness and despair. It was horrible, and fear. And then my granddad, who came to me before, you know, I've got his rosary, and I always take my investigations now. If I ever do investigations, I bloody love them. Very rare to find a good place to investigate though. It's all overdone now, you know, over commercialised, unfortunately. But I remember him coming in, and I saw his face. I thought, thank Christ. And he goes, remember what I told you, don't show fear. One of the things he said to me is when you're in an investigation or you're walking into something you don't know, whatever you do, don't show fear. You're alive, they're not, at the end of the day. And he said, the only thing you have to fear is the living. They're worse than the dead. And he's absolutely right, aren't they? And so I thought, hang on a minute, he's right. I said, what the fuck do you think he's doing? There's a few F words in this one, not going to lie. And so I started pushing up, and I went, how dare you stand here and do this to me? And I lost the plot. got a bit of my old police head on. I absolutely lost the plot. And I was, get away from me. I had no clue what I was talking to. I just knew that there was something there gripping my spine out of my bloody back. Stand back, you. And I was effing and blinding, get away from me. And literally, I suddenly had this courage and this anger in me. And as soon as I got this energy within me, this thing just went poof. And it stood back from me. And then I watched this black figure just woof, go off along the Abbey. And I was standing there shaking with adrenaline and fear and Christ knows what. I thought, Jesus Christ, what the hell? And so anyway, the girl got up and we walked back to the group and they went, oh my God, you've just encountered the Abbot. You really shouldn't have, just the two of you, gone on your own. And I'm like, right, okay, well, tell me about him. And lots of people have witnessed this black figure come towards you, and he's even thrown bricks and stones at humans. He's a really nasty, violent, malevolent spirit who doesn't like people. And there's these, you know, I don't know if it's true or not, but this is what paranormal investigators have picked up over the years from this Abbot, this Cistercian monk, that he used to get nuns impregnated and then cut the fetuses from the nun. I know. And then sacrifice them in the name of the Lord for purity or God knows what. And he used to also behead monks in prayer, again because he felt that they weren't pure enough or whatever. He was an absolute mentaloid. He was nutter, and just a complete, you know. And he was man of the cloth. It's awful, isn't it? And no matter what has been tried there, nobody, no mediums, nobody's been able to actually get him over to the spirit world. He's grounded here and he loves it. He's got no intention of leaving that property whatsoever. And that will never leave me. That will never leave me. I have never been so terrified in all my life. There is a couple more, the Birdbrook Ghost Hunt, which is on my videos, which I'm going to share closer to Halloween. But that one taught me what to do if you are faced with something malevolent like that, because I'm not a great believer in, oh yes, dark demons, you know, and dark spirits. I think most of our energy that like of negative people comes back on them. You know, they create their own energy, and I'm not, you know, I haven't really seen a lot to prove to me that there is a lot of badness out there. Most of the, I think 99% of the houses I've gone to, it's your family visiting and people shit themselves. But this one was real, it was true, and it scared the bejeebers out of me. And interestingly enough, I remember seeing randomly later on a newspaper article where they'd caught a black figure, which is going to be the cover of this video. And I just, what made me shiver. I would like to go back there now after all the years of experience I have now. I can't remember if it's now private property or not, but I'd love to go back now and re-experience it and see how I cope with it this time, and see if I can stand my ground. It's one of those little nemesises that I feel like I want to go back to at some point. But there's my little ghost story for you, darlings. I've got bloody hundreds of them. I'm thinking of putting them in a bleeding book. So running around there doing a book of all of my experiences, because I've had some bloody amazing experiences with ghosts and spirits. Jesus, some really good ones. But that's my scary story of Netley Abbey for you. You might be interested, you might not. But I just thought it's Halloween, and for some reason it randomly come into my head, and I just thought, I'll share it with you, my little ghost story. So yeah, if you ever, I don't know if you can visit there or not. I should have perhaps checked that out before I did the video, but have a little look, see if you can go and walk around there if you're interested in haunted locations. But that one, I think there's two monks there. One's like on a white light energy, so he's not as bad, but that Abbot, he's a nasty, nasty little bastard. So I hope you enjoy my ghost story. If you have any ghost stories, put them on my comments below. I want to hear them. I want to hear your ghost stories. And I'll think of some more just to chuck in there on the way to Halloween. It's good, isn't it? And I think I might do a little cards reading later, but I need to start work now, because I just woke up and I need to start work. Should I do a card reading now? Don't know yet. So let me know about your ghost stories, and I shall speak to you very soon. And that, my darlings, was the ghost of Netley Abbey. Bye now.